ahead and give that a really good stick blend. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour the lye water solution into the bucket of oils. I do have sodium lactate in there. I am going to be using a wisp today because I have a few different colors I would like to use. Not sure how this fragrance is going to react into these oils, so for the first time I'm just going to go ahead and use a whisk. There is sodium lactate in my lye water solution. In my bucket of oils, I've already added the kaolin clay, which you guys see me mixed up already. I do have some additives I would like to add to this, which we will add once we get this blended in. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this with the whisk for about 1 minute, making sure that all the oils and the lye water are mixed together. Who is happy for spring? I cannot wait for spring. Okay, so now that that is incorporated, I'm going to go ahead and bring my containers over here and start pouring off what I need. Okay, now that I have my camera set up different for you so you can see, in this container we have some brown oxide from Brambleberry. Now the reason I'm using this color in 3 containers is because the fragrance I'm going to be using today will discolor to like a butterscotch color, so I want to keep those colors consistent in all of them. The only one I will not be coloring or fragrancing is this pewter silver color. So I am going to be adding some cappuccino mica from Brambleberry into this container over here. And into this container over here, we are going to be using Copper Penny from Nurture Soap. I want these to look like different dirts and clays, something that you would find in a gnome garden. And to just give that cappuccino just a little bit of a variated color, I'm going to be adding just a tiny little bit of this copper sparkle from Brambleberry as well, just to add a little extra fun. I'm not sure what it's going to do, but we're going to find out, guys. So now we are going to go ahead and pour our soap base into these 4 containers, starting with the silver. That color I will not need a whole bunch of because that is just going to be the gray plops of boulders and rocks that I'm going to have in there. And I'm going to have a lot of the brown because it's going to look like the dirt the most. And these are going to look like clays. At least in my mind, this is how it's going to play out. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but we are going to have something. And I'm still debating if I want to leave some natural colored soap because it is going to be like a pretty butterscotch color. So you know what? Why not? Why not? So we also are going to have a 4th color, just regular color. Alright, and the fragrance oil we are going to be using in this today is called Brown Sugar and Fig Type. I thought this would be the perfect fragrance for this soap because, I mean, gnomes probably love sweet things and figs from the garden, so I mean, why not? I thought it was cute. The notes that are in that fragrance are fig, peach, passion fruit, lemon zest. We have gardenia, jasmine, violet, lily, coconut, orchid, freesia, maple sugar, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, caramel, and fig leaves. There is a lot of fragrance scents in this, and it smells amazing. It's like a very, it's not really like a foodie fragrance at all. It's more of like a fresh, invigorating, like, smell. It's really, really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and start blending all of these up. It does say that the fragrance has a nice scent retention. I'm just going to go ahead and mix this with my spatula. I will not be using a stick blender today because, like I said, I do not want this to get thick on me. I did use a whisk and it is already fairly thick. Check that out, guys. So, if I were you, I'm not sure what oils you use for your base recipe for soap, but I don't think this one would be a good idea to stick blend. Now, I do know that jojoba oil and cocoa butter all will speed up the trace of your soap. So working with a whisk would be wise, especially if you are not sure how your fragrance performs. Okay, moving on to the next step. Alright, so here we go, the drop swirl. I think we're going to use this container to go ahead and use as a drop swirl. So, I'm trying to figure out the best lighting position for this for you guys so I don't kind of like block your light. So, I'm just going to go ahead and pour it into this corner. And it is thickening up pretty quickly, so may have to just go ahead and give it a swirl all on its own. I'm just going to go ahead and come in here on this side, pour some, and I'm just going to give it a mix up with my spatula when all this is said and done. Alright, I'm just going to pour this into this side, and there we go. I'm going to go ahead and give this a mix. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish pouring all of the colors in here actually, why not? Scrape everything down. I want to try to keep most of these separate but nicely swirled together. Oopsie. I'm kind of curious how this is going to turn out. It's going to be dirt, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of playing around, experimenting a little bit with this one. I have done layered soaps for a while now. Not quite sure if I've perfected it, but I've definitely learned from it, that's for sure. So that was definitely fun playing around with all of those different techniques. My last color is this dark brown that I'm going to be putting in here. And then we'll go ahead and give it a gentle swirl with my spatula. See what happens. It should all be pretty thick now that it won't like muddy all up. It's pretty much the same colors anyway. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and give this a whirl with our spatula and see what happens. I'm going to go deeper, just like pulling it all through and up. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and give that a pour into the mold. Alright guys, up high, here we go, wish me luck. It's kind of like going to plop in there a little bit. Look at that. I am loving those different colors. Look at how they're like, it definitely looks like a sediment from like when you cut into the earth. I used to make mud pies when I was a kid. Boy, was that fun. With rocks in it and everything. I remember those good old days as a kid. You just take the most simplest things and you made everything out of it. Okay, I'm just going to give this a good jiggle here, and I'm going to go ahead and start trying to, like, place these little boulder clumps in there. I'm just going to, like, plop it, plop it, plop it. I don't even know what this is going to do. We'll see. Thought it would be interesting. So, we're going to go ahead and pour some more. This should definitely make for an interesting cut when we get there. Where's my spatula? Okay, I'm going to plop some more of that gray down in there a little bit, jiggle this out a little bit. This mold down on the ground. So we're back after I tapped this all down. You can see in this bag I have two different color greens. One color is Evergreen from Crafter's Choice, Wholesale Supplies Plus, and Green Vibrance from Nurture Soap. Not sure how I want to approach this yet. I do want this to look like grass in a way. So I'm not sure how I'm going to approach this. I'm just going to pipe some and see if I want to keep it flat on one side, maybe make a hill on the other side. Alright, so I have some really cute, adorable embeds to go on here. I have some tree stumps, some flowers, and some mushrooms, of course, because a gnome's home is no home without mushrooms. So, now I just got to figure out where in the world do I want to put these little tree stumps at. That is the hardest decision. I think I will put them up on the top. Now some of these are going to get whacked, and that's okay. I am just sort of kind of placing them on the top and pushing them down into the soap a little bit. These are just too cute. I could not leave these off of this soap. Alright, ready for the rest of these cute embeds. Now I gotta figure out where am I gonna put these cute little mushrooms. Okay, I'm gonna turn you guys so you can see. I think I will go ahead and just sort of place these like this. I do have all like 3 different shapes and sizes. I'm trying not to let these get cut, but I'm gonna just like stick it in there like that a little bit. There we go. I like that. Check it out, guys. What do you think about that? That looks pretty cool. So that is what I'll do. I'll just continue to place those in there like that. Love it. That looks so cute. Oh my goodness. Check it out, guys. I am already loving how cute this is turning out. Okay, so we're not done yet. I still have some more soapy little embeds in here. These are melt and pour, all of them. It's just faster. To do co-process would take days. So just to speed things up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and start placing some little flowers that I made with a little flower mold. Let me see if I can grab that for you guys and I'll show you. So here's the molds that I use. I use this mushroom mold that I got off eBay. Pretty simple. And then also this one I got off eBay too for like maybe $2. So that is where I made all those little cute flowers you're going to see on here. And I'm just going to place those randomly wherever I see fit. I'm not really planning this. I'm just kind of placing them. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my piping together for the rosettes that I will be piping on here. Just take a look at that, guys. Look how adorable. And then I have another little surprise that I will be frosting on here, and then we will be done. So these are, I just needed something to have like a little pop of color in here. So I decided that rosettes was the way to go. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm just placing them wherever I can fit one in. I just recently learned how to do these, and so I thought it would be fun to keep getting that practice so I don't waste my talent away. Just kidding. But I figured that these needed just some sort of color in here. So I have some red in this open tip. I'm going to be making some little gnome hats with this. And I'm just going to sneak them in here and there. Because like gnomes, I would think hide. They don't want you to see them. So they're just going to be like kind of hiding and poking out wherever I can stick one. I would think they're like shy little things, so I'm going to try to give them some privacy. I do want every bar to have some. So I have them kind of like poking out everywhere, trying not to put them where they're going to get chopped up, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of it. The little gnome hats. They're so I'm just finding some more places to kind of put those little gnome hats to make it a little more fun. Alright guys, I think we are done with this soap. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice spritz with 91% isopropyl alcohol to kind of seal everything in and to prevent it from ashing on the top. Because the last time I used this fragrance, it did warm up a little bit, and so we don't want any of that to happen. So I think that is a generous spritz. And I'm going to bring you guys in for a close-up of this soap because you just got to take it all in. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I freaking love this soap. Look how cute, guys. Check it out. This is Gnome Place Like Home soap. So here is what the overall soap looks like. I am completely and utterly super happy with the overall result of this soap. I don't think it could have come out any better than it has. I love it. And I could sit here and talk about how much I love it all day long. But the truth is, I can't wait until we cut this soap to see what each bar looks like. I am so happy to see what the inside of this looks like, guys. So we will be back in 24 to 48 hours to chop these up into bars and take a look at the inside. See you guys soon. Guys, I just want to take a moment. Check out this cute little rosette that I piped on here. Just look at it. Look how darn cute that is. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm so proud of that little rose right there. But I also have a few more little roses that you guys can see. I did learn how to make those recently, so I'm adding those to all my floral soaps this season.